Hello, hello, and welcome back to another video. I'm Danielle Dinkelman, and I'm so excited to talk with you today about a topic that came up in our Vibrant Living Facebook group, and it was the question of how do I deal with self-sabotage? How do I overcome it? What's going on there? So I want to speak to that today. I posted in the group and gave my 2 cents, and I wanted to create a video about it. So if you don't know already, I'm a health and wellness coach, and I specialize in helping women achieve healthy lifestyle change that will last. And we have our YouTube channel here, recently renamed Vibrant Living with Danielle Dinkelman, and we have a Facebook group that mirrors that name. And I'm just excited to support you in your health and wellness journey. So let's talk about self-sabotage. When I think of self-sabotage, I'm thinking of behaviors that you kind of have that moment where you're like, I know I want to be doing something different than this. And whether that's, kind of emotional eating or, somehow sabotaging your own best efforts to improve your health and wellness. It's kind of this moment where you're like, why can't I do what I know I should do? And I want to give 3 questions that you can start asking yourself to start breaking through this obstacle of self-sabotage. This is very real. I've worked with women over the last 4 or 5 years now, and I would say this is fairly common when we are trying to re-engage with our health goals. And I'm gonna get into a little bit of it today of how you can break through that. So first of all, back to that question of why am I not doing what I know I should be doing? The problem with that question is that it's not a very kind question. It's a very negative question. It's a very shaming question. And I'm of the opinion that anything that is not kind is not very productive. It's not going to help you move forward, okay? So the first question I do want you to ask yourself is, how can I be gentle with myself right now? How can I be kind and compassionate in this moment of recognizing some self-sabotaging behavior? I invite you to sit with that. I know that is a hard one for a lot of people, and there is a whole body of work around the concept of self-compassion. It is really from a place of self-compassion that we can make progress. It's so important to kind of address that psychological side of things, because if you are in this belief that you are worthless, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're a failure, like all of these negative, awful things that I don't believe you are, and you, I hope, do not truly believe that you are either, we have to address that piece of self-compassion. So that's the first place I would invite you to start, is can you have compassion for yourself in that self-sabotaging behavior? Can you love yourself anyway? Can you accept yourself anyway? And can you look at it a little more objectively and ask, how can I move forward from a place of love and a place of compassion for myself, rather than a place of guilt, shame, even self-loathing? So that's a place to start. The second question I would invite you to ask is, how can you start small in the big changes you want to make? The reason I go to this question next is because I find more often than not, when we are engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors with our health goal, we may be biting off more than we can chew, okay? In the years that I've been coaching, I find very, very commonly we are functioning from a place of kind of binary thinking, dualistic thinking, all or nothing, black and white, perfectionist, fixed mindset, all of these things that are very rigid and very hard to break out of. And so the way we come to our health journey with these mindsets, it's not very helpful. It's not very productive to have that rigidity. We need some flexibility. We need to be able to ease into the changes we want to make. So I would invite you to really consider, have you maybe jumped in head first when you need to just start dipping a toe in? Do we need to wade into the water rather than diving in? It's a much more sustainable way to do that, and I help people. That's like one of my favorite things about the coaching work I get to do. So again, ask yourself, how can you make small changes? That's a good place to start. The third question I want you to consider, and this is probably the most productive of all the questions you could ask. When you're noticing self-sabotaging behavior, ask yourself, what do I actually need? What do I actually want? What am I actually craving? This is a really powerful question, and it's a challenging one for people. So the reason for this question is because the self-sabotage is usually, I almost see it as like a little bit of a cry for help. Sometimes we bring our health and wellness goals into our life and we throw it on top of this heap of other things that need shifting, healing, growing, learning. And it can be very confronting to try to, address nutrition, sleep, exercise, stress management, mindset. Those are the healthy pieces that I focus on with my clients. It can be hard to address those if we have other things going on under the surface. However, you can, if you're open to it, you can address both at the same time. Because as you try to eat healthier or exercise more, you may have this self-sabotaging behavior of, nope, I'm gonna sleep in and hit snooze forever so that I don't go to the gym class I said I wanted to go to. Well, there's your self-sabotage. So in that moment, what message is your body and your spirit actually trying to give you in that moment? What are you denying yourself of that is a legitimate want or need in your life? Okay. So this is a little bit of soul searching side, and I invite you to really go there with this. If you're a journaler, please journal on this. I find that a lot of the women that I've worked with over the years, it can often be something of, gosh, I really want more fun in my life, or wow, I feel lonely. I need more connection. I need to feel a part of a community. I need some belonging somewhere. These are these other pieces of our life and of our health and our wellness that if we're ignoring, it's gonna be really hard to address the nutrition and the exercise, these things that seem so, simple and concrete. They are impacted heavily by these other aspects of our lives. So I invite you to zoom out and start asking yourself these 3 questions next time you notice some self-sabotaging behavior. If you would like to have more discussions like this, if you have specific challenges that you would love me to speak to, I invite you to either leave a thought in the comments, send me an email, hello@danielledinkleman.com, or better yet, come and join us in the Facebook group. It's called Vibrant Living with Danielle Dinkelman. We'll have a link in the show notes. And I hope that you'll come and join the community, come join the conversation. And I look forward to continuing to learn and grow with you. Thanks. Take care.